munch.
Welcome back, folks. We're about to start Map 2, our second semifinal. Virtus Pro is already sitting, waiting for their opponent. Will Conquest tie it up? There's some Conquest fans. Or will Mousesports take their map overpass, make it a 2-0, again, keeping their 2-0 streak alive, and take on Virtus Pro?
I think it's going to be Mousesports taking overpass.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a map they've got some rhythm on. They know how to play it. It's one that we haven't had to see Conquest on. We're not sure what they've got there. Mainly only online games they'll have played there. So I'm feeling like it's not going to be a good situation for them. The players, the general form of the individuals wasn't on Inferno, so that's a little bit of a worrying trend. They need more from Shazam here. It's a map where obviously an AWP can have a huge impact.
I mean, some of the Conquest fans here have been compared to frat boys. Well, they need to get ready because it's Conquest that are going to get hazed on this map. Unfortunately,
They're going to get a paddle in.
Yeah,
they're going to get a paddle.
That's a paddle in. Believe it. So no, look, that's not to be disrespectful of Conquest. We've had an amazing tournament, put in an amazing level of individual performances. This map is no respecter of individual performance. You've got to be coordinated. You've got to be on point. You've got to understand it. And I just think it's going to be a bridge too far. Again, no pun intended, for Conquest here.
And talking to Christian at the break, he pointed out one thing.
Shazam, if it's too far, he can just go under the bridge.
Oh.
And then maybe collect a toll from teams who try to cross the bridge.
Yeah, he could do. That's a troll reference, of course.
So, speaking to Christian at the break, one thing he...
Resign! It's like the House of Commons. Reel it back. It's good. Anyway.
He made an interesting point. He said, you know, when God B plays on fire and amazingly, they lose.
Well, I mean...
He's the in-game leader.
Yeah.
He's also not known as one of the fraggers.
Yeah.
It's true. It's one of those scenarios where usually that's not what you want.
Yeah, they want him to show up, but not, like, something happens there mentally to them.
Yeah,
He's that guy.
What you got to understand there is often if you're at the top of the scoreboard and you're looking amazing, it means you're having to do things your teammates aren't. So it's endemic of a bigger problem when Gobley's at the top of the scoreboard. But what's beautiful is when he can come together and just make that little contribution, you know, clutching a pistol round, whatever it is, that's when we start to see a really good free-rolling, free-form Mousesports. So I think that's what we've got here. And as I said, I think they're going to be comfortable on this map, unfortunately. And still, Conquest, whatever happens, hold their head up high, man. They've had an amazing tournament.
And see, and again, like, I gotta love this poll, right? It's all on how you phrase it, right? Who will win it? Who do you want to win it? Those are two very different questions. And I think they're answering
a lot of sidekicks out
one.
there, I think, are going to fail this one.
Yeah. Shout out to Blondie, of course.
Hey, wait. The numbers are in, folks.
There we go.
That's still a little fan voting
but I mean,
there,
look,
but that's all right.
It's the thing. Obviously, let's be real. Conquest are being very well represented here. I don't know enough about it, whether it's an organization in terms of it's an organization with a history and a pedigree. If it's something maybe players have put together, got a pretty nice logo, I must say. I do like it. And who knows whether this will be moving forward or whether this is kind of a last hurrah. Will they still have these players? We know what the NA scene can be like. It's very fractious, very disruptive. Doesn't really have the infrastructure of Europe. So I think obviously it's great that they're being so well represented here, and there's so many fans that want them to do well and want them to go far, because obviously who knows when we're going to see them again at a tournament with teams like this in. So
forget winning the series here, okay? That's a long way away. You've got a lot of work to do. If you could win this map, though, that would be another great chapter in the storyline. Remember, they've already won maps of Contest. They won the series there. They came close to beating Virtus Pro in that one. They beat Team Liquid 2-0. So they've already put together a nice little giant killing run, a bunch of different matches now. Let's see if they can win a map.
All right, so you guys originally said 2-1. Both to Mousesports. Is it safe to say you're both now, because
we both picked Overpass as the map Mouse wins?
So
it's got to be 2-0 now. I still thought Conquest could have won Inferno, but they just started too cold. Maybe it was nerves, I don't know, but you can't start cold against Mousesports.
All right, there you have it, folks. It's going to be Overpass. It's going to start right now, and it's going to be Helium and Landers. Take it away, gentlemen.
Thank you, guys. Going on to Overpass, a map where we have seen Mousesports play very, very well. It's not a map they play a whole lot, but they seem very strong every time we've covered them, whether it be online or in the first match here at these finals, where they just disassembled Davi on one of their best maps.
Yeah, this is a map where in their online play, they banned it 6-7 times in a row, and then all of a sudden started picking it up when they were forced to play it, because they were so damn good at it. I mean, Chris J just goes crazy on this map, so look for Shazam and Chris J to have an absolute rivalry here on these first rifle rounds. And there is a Molotov out on short to stop that forward push
Yeah, the seized Molotov, as I like to call it. Sanazov peeking monster, seeing some feet. Taking some shots at Gombi. Does have to watch out. Chris J is close. He'll get the reload in. Daps here at the column. Getting 2. Stan with 1 through monster. And a second. And this BT completely shut down. Conquest this time get the start on the CT side. And looks like they've started well. See what damage next can do. It's not much. Naf rotates over, brings them down. Conquest keeping everyone up on their pistol round.
Yeah, you know, absolutely just hitting their shots there. I like that Molotov on the short. The thing is that Mousesports are going to be really good on this map, right? But on T side and on CT side, they definitely have their tendencies. I mean, they have their static tendencies for real. They have Gobby, who will almost always smoke out the side of bathrooms and stand outside there. We'll have Nico come out short B through the tunnel by himself almost every single round on the lurk. But if Conquest can win a pistol round, or win both pistol rounds, that might be their ticket to a third map. Otherwise, the thing is, even though Nico does do these plays that are very predictable to some, he still manages to get the kill almost every single time. You know, teams that study him thoroughly still can't manage to defeat him. And here, actually, do we have a quick rotate playing upper? Yeah, we have Rush Stan on the site and a quick rotate upper. Yeah, Daps. Okay. So typically, you don't want to leave B.
Well, Nico posted up in the short drain at construction, hoping to get one of the B rotators as the other 4 men on Mousesports. 2 at short A, 2 over at long. Chris J with that bomb at long. Dennis now at the A stairs.
No, congregating towards A, but we do have, I think, I mean, I'm going to assume that's Nico, maybe not, up on short B.
Yeah, Nico's lurking around back there.
Taking some steps. Rush sees the door open.
They will drop the smoke. It seems like they are pulling it back over into the connector with that bomb going now. They were thinking about rocking it back to B. Now they go back at A, trying to just manipulate these rotations. Dennis has started them off strong. Kill onto Shazam, and a second onto Daps. Nafly trying to answer back. Rush helping out as well. Brings down Dennis. Now Naf moving forward. Wants to deny this bomb plant. Just missing out on that. So some extra money coming in from Mousesports, but Conquest keeping 3 alive and finding their second round.
Yeah, Daps wasn't able to trade there quickly enough, and that allowed them to get in the site and plant. But Dennis getting those 2 frags.
And that's enough for the rifle, because they only went for pistols on that round, Mousesports.
Right,
no armor there.
Yeah, no armor, and so they'll be looking to buy really quickly. I think on that first round they weren't able to get a plant, but we're confident they'll be able to do it here, and they definitely did. Conquest, you know, on the anti-ecos are so tough because you want forward aggressive control as a CT almost every single round. It's not like Inferno where you need at least one side of the map on an overpass. You need like super forward control with like low chance of trading to make it a 5v4, and then you can fall back. But on those anti-ecos, do you really want to be pushed up where teams are going to rush you almost every single time? It's hard. It's Jumanji out here.
All right, so Mousesports probably had enough money to get a rifle with limited utility. Instead, they will just go for this. We'll call it the half-buy with Tech 9s and armors. It's looking like a force, but they maintain enough money that even if they lose here, they're going to have a very solid rifle in the next, just increasing their chances going into round 3. Still facing that P90 of Stanislaw, so that weapon could be dangerous. Stan taking it in the B site along with Rush, and Dap still on the window. So that leaves Shazam and Nafly holding on this A site. Naf being tested a little bit now. A lot of these Mousesport members in those bathrooms are ready to go out to the A site.
Shazam just missing a shot there, but spotting a player, and it looks like 4 towards A, 1 at long.
I don't know. Someone's trying to hit the jumps onto the flowers. Now Nico just jumping over it. Will he go for it again? If he does, he's going to land right in the crosshair. Nico has not watched your KZ tutorials, Launders.
He's not a subscriber.
Yeah, he doesn't subscribe to you, apparently. Maybe he just can't spell your name right. I don't know. Oh. Shazam with the nice one, but he's stuck at the sign. There's no fallback from that position. Nico will take him out with the Deagle. Daps at the green bin here on the stairs. Missing some shots and taken down by Nex, who has found 2 at the Tech 9, opening up the site. Stanislaw coming with a P90. He's very healthy. He sprays down 2, assisting his teammates and finishing off those kills, but he's still alone in a 1 versus 2. Nico's picked up the op. He brings down Rush and wins it by killing Stan.
That was a super rough round to watch. Conquest had all the defenses they needed. They had Naf in a corner. They had Shazam with the op, got a first opening kill, but was in a tough position when they rushed to be able to get any more than that. And they basically had 3 people at A and managed to only get 3 kills off the back of Stanislaw himself on the rotate. So that's not a great sign for them. I mean, they got to really think back and or think forward and think about what they're going to do, because here, yeah, actually not even opting to standard buy, it looks like, knowing that there is going to be nothing short of a full buyout for Mousesports, 3 AKs, and the only FOM is in the hands of Gob B.
Nico.
Yeah, actually not even opting to standard buy, it looks like, knowing that there is going to be nothing short of a full buyout for Mousesports, 3 AKs, and the only FOM is in the hands of Gob B. 3 AKs, and the only FOM is in the hands of Gob B.
Nico taken down to 30. Stanislav saw some feet and finally connected to Nico. Unfortunately, the headshot wasn't even available because he couldn't even see that.
It's an interesting Molotov. That tree position.
Was that to the tree?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotten pretty popular now. You'll see some people just throw it from when they just do a little quick peek and throw it. Others, you can line it up from party as well and just make sure it goes over the wall, not really putting yourself in danger.
Yeah.
But of course, to do that, you got to clear out the first bathroom, then that connector. It looks like they've got it now. Gabi in party, making sure those
So look
teams
at
who might have been playing forward have to push back a little bit.
Yeah, see, you'd be more worried if they're all in the site, but they're all pushed up in bathrooms. I mean, they could catch people off guard. And it looks like they've got one. Dennis, though, on the cleanup, gets 2 trade frags. Stanislav spots a man, but to the op of Chris J, it means nothing.
Not going to lose to a Scout J.
Scout J.
Daps in a 1 versus 4. I think Gabi must have died in the bathrooms or out in middle here at parties. If he can maybe get an AK, it could be difficult because Nico's right there and seems to expect that Daps will be coming up on the steps. And yeah, Daps taken down, no chance to even fight back. Doesn't even see his attacker.
You know, this is, you know, Inferno, you can excuse yourself from being too afraid to push up. Inferno, you can do that. You can fall back, clear your up. It's going to work 40% of the time. You know, versus anti-eco is going to work every time. On this map, you will not be able to excuse yourself from that. You know, they're going to need that forward aggressive control. Conquest, however, lost a round playing in the site versus an anti-eco with the right setup. We haven't seen them pull their rifles out versus rifles yet, so there is something to be said. But if Mousesports are able to set the pace of this match, then it'll be the economic failure of, or the economic game that Conquest lose that will ultimately result in them losing the half as well.
Oh, Dennis. Holding his ground there in the back of the connector. He finds 2. Nico has taken some damage, but he falls into the pit at B. Stanislav and Shazam bringing down Gabi. Shazam actually getting 2 right there. Stan with a chance for another. Brings next fairly low. Shazam might be able to find the 3rd kill. He took almost no damage from that. He's down to 73 Daps. Distracting a bit now with that CZ Emerald. He falls to the nade, so now it is truly on Shazam. Spotting one, another kill. Took no damage from that one. Can he find his 1 digs?
Oh.
I mean, close.
Very close. Dennis, though, too nice with those 1 taps. Ends up getting that kill. 3-2 now. Economic damage was dealt. Conquest on a bye. First bye versus bye in the half.
Yeah.
Very telling round. How will their setup look? Shazam has his op. We've got 3 incendiaries. No, 2. In the hands of Stan and Shazam himself. Pushing up to bathrooms, playing what looks like 1-man upper B. And again, this looks like not similar to their pistol setup, but a boost over short to try to get that opening kill.
Yeah, oh, is this, I mean, you see the smoke clouds. Is this a one-way setup for Shazam? Kind of a bit to watch there. You got to make sure they don't come up the steps. Also watch the entrance from Fountain and Party. Yeah. They will give it up as that smoke dissipates. Now we're back to Nex. He's at the sandbags, trying to work in. Rush holding on the slope into the canal side of B.
I think
both players in B are on that side. Only Daps up there in the window. He's their support.
I feel like this was too early to fall all the way back. Once again, you know, Mousesports are going to be a team to be able to abuse this. And that's why we see teams fighting for short so many times, because you don't actually need smokes to sit on short as much as you want. Bathrooms, however, you always feel uncomfortable. And
no!
Nico just trying to get comfortable.
Yeah, he's looking down to make sure he doesn't fall. They're just trying to kind of walk forward together on that stack to get a better angle as he's looking down to line it up. Daps happens to just peek out at that time, and you know, timing is everything sometimes in CSGO.
And suddenly 5v4.
Yeah.
What's up in
Nico needs to go back and rewatch Pub Masters to get those run boosts down. Shazam from the armored vehicle. Gabi running up on him, takes him out. Nafly's there for the trade. Next to trade him and find even more. He'll bring down Daps. 3-on-2 right now. 9 seconds to go. The bomb will be planted. It's up to Stan and Rush. No utility. Rush does have a kit, and Rush starts him off strong with the frag. Now 2 versus 2. Dennis in the bathrooms. They will actually dodge this as they both go around too long, but that's where Chris J is waiting. Hits one with the op, then pulls out the Tech 9. He's very, very low, but he does peek real quick. Gets the 1 tap on the stand.
We get the 1 spam in chat. Chris J on his last limbs there. Almost bled out. No health kit. And Mousesports do win that. I mean, they you know, they went down, they won it 4v5. They took A, which is going to be the easier site to take, right? B, you can sit inside of it. A, you cannot, and Mousesports recognizing that. But Conquest as well. They had enough players there to make up for the fact that they weren't pushed up. They had no stairs control, they had no cat control, they had no bathroom control, they had no lawn control.
Yeah, you can draw some parallels to the first map, Inferno, right? You know, the Conquest on the CT side would start off with the initial top mid control, but they'd back off really, really early. Sometimes we're not even tested. They did the same thing there in middle. Almost had the round, but it wasn't so, as Mousesports got the bomb down with little time to go in the A site. Conquest now just back to upgraded pistols, no armor in this, and they've got the max bonus, so the $3,400 coming into the next round. They'll have a very, very solid rifle, and it'll actually only be the second rifle as we go to round 8.
Yeah, absolutely. Daps now actually in a favorable position. Really close in the lurk here. Almost no chance that anyone will watch their flank. Shazam also getting that info, taking attention away, do some damage.
Yeah, just needs to distract them a little bit. Molotovs go down and chase and taps. We don't see it, but that lurk completely shut down Nex with the headshot with his AK-47. So 4 versus 3 in favor of Mousesports. They still haven't taken a sight. 2 of these guys are pretty low, so the pistols can still be a bit of a danger.
And a smoke onto the site.
Oh, big gap there.
Oh, he can play around that.
Easy kill onto Gabi. That one for free. Mousesports want to look at those smokes. As that CZ nearly sprays down 2. Shazam. Oh, beautiful headshot, and he wins the round on it. Chris J planning for the CT side of A. And that backfires. Shazam with a double, and he picks up the op. Doesn't even have to buy his own op.
If he took even one more bullet to kill that first guy, our planner would have got the bomb in a moment and most likely traded that frag. So that was a really, really nice shot. And now Conquest can go back to the rifle. And if Mousesports don't give him that early opening frag, are they just going to recede back on the sites? Are they going to hope that, you know, a play happens where Dab spots a boost, or are they going to take matters in their own hands, which, you know, which is what we want to see them do?
On overpass, you definitely don't want to fall back too early. If anything, recede into those sites, you know, get a little bit closer together at like 30 seconds left, where they definitely have to hit just one site. They won't have time to really check everything, but you don't want to be dropping back with a minute left on the clock.
Yeah, like that's why we saw, you know, we see Hellraisers, we see Na'Vi spamming short, Molotoving short, because we don't want, they don't want CTs
you don't want
to
anyone
get there.
to push out.
No, it's so easy to take control of it. And, I think
stay in the site so we know where you are, and then we can just go kill you. That's what they do. Here's a rush again. Both players in B on the canal side. Daps is the air support pretty much from that upper window.
You know, here they are looking around. I mean, they can just spam, do damage, hang out. Like they haven't had to use any utility to take anything. And Conquest are the men that are out. I mean, they have absolutely nothing left. Not a single smoke, no flashes. I mean, they literally have to hit shots, and they're all passive in the sites.
Yeah, but this time the time is at least low, down to 30 seconds.
Good point.
The bomb moving up short outside the bathroom. 3 there. Chris J opening it up, though, from long. He takes down Shazam. He wins that battle. The Molotovs go down. Nafly playing on Optimus. The fire down, but they will push through. Nico quite low. Hasn't found a kill yet, and Nafly's there to stop him. Nearly lining up 2, but Nex gets the frag. Rush coming up the stairs. Gets 1 kill. Pushing through the smoke with the flashes. Oh, Daps just saving the life of his teammate as he brings down Chris J. Now it's up to Gabi. He can't get it done. 3 people for Conquest. The retake is successful. And another round for them. It's all tied up 4-4.
That was nice. I mean, yeah, like they all had to hit shots, and they just did that. The bomb did go down. It did look ugly for a moment. Naf ended up getting a really, really tough trade frag or opening kill in the site, and then they moved on to have their rotators. And they delayed long enough to know that once they spotted members of Mouse that it was time to rotate, that it was most likely not going to be a fake. One of the interesting things for Mouse is that because they have that stairs control, and if Conquest want to give it up every single round, then they'll have the ability to fake really quickly. You cut down your rotates from going from all the way from your spawn to the other site to going down to the stairs, which is halfway the distance from going down to the spawn. So we'll see. And Naf, now pushed up. Long also being peaked, and you know, Shazam wasn't even giving himself a chance last round.
Shot by
and here
Naf.
is the bomb down, along with another kill.
Wow, this is a rifle as well. Nafly crushing Mousesports' hope on this one, and also if they lose this, the Mousesports economy going to be crushed. Shazam hitting a headshot with that up onto Nex.
And there it is.
This is a big round that could swing the momentum in Conquest's favor here. 5 versus 2, it's just Nico and Dennis. They're over in construction, but of course Rush watching that.
You know, there could be a matter of Mousesports believing that they had free reign over forward A control.
Oh, the nade? Oh, okay. Nico was the low one. It did do more than 9 damage to Dennis, though. And they're falling back.
Nades don't kill people in this game, okay? So.
Very, very rarely, anyways. Alrighty. Falling back, these terrorists with 20 seconds just chilling at the club right now.
Yeah, have no idea where Conquest are playing. I mean, they were playing pretty far back except for Naf. I mean, you have such an aggressive, strong rifler. Why not use him to his strengths? I mean, he is going to want to roam around. If this was a puck, he'd be pushing down the map, pushing down middle. So meet him halfway in the match. You know, let him be aggressive, but do it from a way that works well within the system. And I think that ended up working really well.
And Conquest, they got enough money, but they still don't really want to go out and try to find these frags. It's just going to be Nico and Dennis with AKs. The rest of the team, oh man, even if they lose this, it's just going to be, what, $2,900 coming in for the losing bonus. So Dennis will have $3,000.
Oh.
Nico will actually just have $2,900. So this could be big. Conquest take the lead by 1 round going into this and are having the opportunity to get a 2-for-1 out of it.
Yeah.
It could be 7-4 in just a few moments.
This round in itself, you know, it's just not a great buy. Oh, Naf. Oh, down his stairs all alone.
Next, though, says it doesn't matter because we're just not going to lose this. Starts off with the first frag, and that's another rifle over to Mousesports taken away from Nafly.
It's interesting. Last round they had bathroom and long. This round they have stairs and short.
All right, Stan. Oh, smartly turning around. Will he? Nope. Nico too quick. Rush in a good spot. Can only get the 1 though. And Mousesports doesn't even look like they're feeling the pressure that was on this round. 4 people up to the 2. Now just 3 as Shazam takes them out. Is anyone else going to peek past those sandbags? Probably not. But the bomb is down. Okay, they picked it up now. There is a Molotov and a flash here, so if anything, they could maybe get the Molotov in the window if they want to throw it for construction.
And look at Dennis here.
Possibly pop flash.
On the mini-map, just waiting for Daps. Just hungry for this peak. You know, Daps going to have to move out when the plan is. But he hasn't peeked anything yet, so he's going to be more keen on clearing an angle like this. He's got a lot of safety from the wall in front of him. And Mousesports actually trying to split them up into believing that it is going to be... Yeah. Oh, checks his back. What was that? Oh, I guess he was turning from a flash.
Yeah, so, I mean, no surprise, Dennis had pushed up to graffiti there. He was in such a powerful position that it pays off. He brings down Dap. Shazam was that one member of Conquest that kind of got pulled over to A when Mousesports started delaying, and as a result, he'll stay alive. He'll have to save this op right now. Mousesports tying it up.
The only time you get really screwed when you're out on short is when terrorists come short B and open the door at the same time. That's their crossfire on you. And because Naf was in the stairs originally but went down for free, I mean, even if he went down 1-for-1, they had the ability to open the door, then they would have been able to trade. So maybe they needed to have the 2 stairs there, or even have, you know, Naf at least burn a lot of utility so that they could take short B and then open the door and help him out. Because if they had an open avenue to shoot through that door and help him stairs, he might not go down. They might maintain short control. They might maintain stairs control, have a lot more information. But I like that they were changing their setup on where they want to play aggressively, and we see that they still have it in them to not play scared.
So Shazam, having saved that op, will drop a FAMAS to either Stanislaw or Rush and went to one of them and maintains the op for himself. And looks like Mousesports going quick into B. The bomb right there in front. Rush, though, getting 1. Stan helping out on the other. The pistol comes out. A dink, a frag, and more damage. Stan with the FAMAS. Next, Nico gets the kills, but it's Nex all alone. He's found a double for himself, but he's left on 2 HP to get 2 kills. It's a tall order. That flash coming in, but actually popping into the pit, so Nex not affected, planting in the open, and I assume he's going to just drop, yep.
Nafa a little bit late here, but it is 2v1. Nex is super hurt. They see the smoke being thrown. They have an idea of where he might be. So he could easily secure this first kill. Shazam has an op. I mean, low HP won't make a difference at this moment. And no, whoa!
What?
How did, wait, didn't he have like full life?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so He took some initial damage from the Molotov. I noticed the smoke went down. I guess he thought it extinguished it and was still standing in fire and dies.
Wow, 100
so
HP.
That, imagine Shazam didn't get that kill. That would have been one of the more awkward play of the year, probably.
Mm-hmm. That would have been an absolute travesty, honestly.
Conquest get the lead.
After Rush got that insane 3K on the long B hit, Mousesports unable to play fast in that round, and that's one of the only rounds that they've done that. So that's one thing off the checklist for Conquest. They know they can stop a hard long rush. That's something that like a team like Virtus Pro will impose their will on you. You know they're going to rush long B, they're still going to get away with it. Mouse unable to do that, but having to execute through a smoke and can always still fall back to their plan A. I think that was definitely a plan B in this, standard map control setup is their plan A. Conquest playing really passive in the sites now. Surprisingly enough, Mousesports able to buy. So off of that plant and doing quite a bit of economic damage, I think they see value in taking this risk.
They don't have an op though, so Chris J, maybe he's going to try to jump scout. He will just peek. He's been spotted, and then goes for the jump. Trying to probably bait the op shot, then go for the jump peek real quick. Have a nice little 1-2 to Shazam, but it doesn't work out. Shazam now falling back as the smokes pour on to the A site. The very limited smokes. Next still has one. Mousesports will have to push behind this. They've dropped it down. Dennis just spamming those corners through the smoke, knowing a player might be there. They're not. Daps on the other side. We saw where Dennis was. Daps still holding behind the semi-truck. Bomb has gone down. Shazam starting to hit shots. Daps takes one out of the sight, but at long, it's Chris J with the scout. 3 versus 3 right now. Bomb planted for those bathrooms, of course. Chris J still being annoying at long. There's no fallback position here. Stanislav gets Nico. Rush pushes to get next, and Shazam was protected enough that he gets Chris J on the retreat.
Yeah.
Well done from Conquest. They each kind of peek their own thing. They rely on their teammates to hit their shots. Because if one of them doesn't, then Chris J probably gets away. Shazam would have gone down.
Yeah, I mean, it was just great on Shazam to not just straight up peek that dry and ask for a flash before he did. I mean, you have to recognize how much time you have left to plant the bomb, just like you have an entire round to play with. And sometimes rushing isn't the best strategy. If, for example, you're given map control for free, that round, Conquest did play in the site once again, got away with it, and Mousesports have to go back to the drawing board, are on their half buy, and I guess you could consider that a 2-for-1. But at the same time, you can't count Mouse out of a force-up. I think they were able to win the second round of this half.
I mean, this is a similar buy to what they had when Mousesports closed it out against Na'Vi, so.
Neff changing it up from his bathroom position is going to see one. Clotheslines got B. Dennis going to take a peek top bathroom. And Neff realizing 5v4 now.
Yeah, he's able to fall back, but he won't be able to go all the way. And Dennis not going to miss those free shots. Stanislav sprays down 2. Next gets him through Monster with that deagle. Can't get Rush. Dennis still causing more damage, has the double, but he doesn't have the bomb. It's up to Daps and Rush, and they know where the bomb is. You've got Rush standing over it right now.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough one. Dennis actually has no armor. Again, full eco, doing so much damage, keeping it very competitive in this half 5 rounds so far. What's also interesting is next, Net last map had like 5 frags in the first half or something like that, already up to 14, leading by a margin. There it is, Daps.
So the 8-5, and into the last round. Mousesports will have enough for the rifle. Chris J he actually can't op here unless he goes glass cannon, and it's going to be the AK-47 coming out for Chris J.
Let's see what their CT setup is right now. Conquest definitely beginning to dictate the pace of the map, where Mousesports originally were having great cat splits and straight up 8 takes when they were able to get close. First on eco rounds, on rifle rounds, it seems
that goes on the reverse side. That's really cool. I thought when he was lining up off the sewer that he was going to smoke where Nico is standing now to not let them come into construction, but that smoke was really something. So pretty much the same B setup that Conquest has had every time. Just 2 into the canal side, pushed off the site towards the terrorists, and then just Daps in the window. Yep, 1 spotted jumping over, and then some spam coming through, going both ways actually. Monster re-smoked again, so they've got it down to the minute mark. And it's just Nico and Daps that took some damage fighting each other through the boards.
2-2 towards B, short and long, having pressure put on them. Rush is not so low. Daps, however.
And Rush has been in the spot almost every round. Surely Mousesports are going to just expect it, right?
Yeah.
Maybe send Gombi in first since he doesn't have any nades left over.
Yeah.
It's a Tech 9 close range.
So the interesting part about this is, like, you know, Rush in the same spot, but you expect his teammate to be like right beside him. And
God, he's actually lurking.
I think that makes this favorable, though. It's gonna require a no flash setup to be had. Though. Now there's 20 seconds left, and that Molotov is delaying this execute that much longer.
They've got to go. Stan gonna get the kills, brings them both down. Rush from the position he's played almost every round here at B, still finds one, daps from up in the window, got B. He needed that to be successful. He was going to quickly push there from the bathrooms towards A and just flank down behind the CTs. It would have been beautiful if it happened, but when the B side holds like that, you can't do anything. You look like a fool when you get set up on the lurk.
You absolutely need a trade to come out. You got 2 long B, you got 2 short, and you got 2 people, 2 CTs in total defending these areas 1 for 1. And because you can't get either of those trades, you lose the round. I mean, that's it. Mousesports did a great job delaying, holding that incendiary for as long as possible, and not falling for any of the spam that came out early to bait out their utility, which was the goal of Mousesports. And now Mousesports are at a pretty big disadvantage. 4 rounds, they're down. They're on quite a terrible buy, to be quite honest. And Conquest looking to make this 10-5. That's solid.
The double digits on the CT side is going to be very nice for Conquest. And, you know, as long as they keep, as we've kind of pinpointed, like their kind of no respect play, or more like no fear play. I'm sure they respect Mousesports as a team.
It's no respect without the negative connotation.
Yeah,
it's more like not playing scared.
Yeah, just no fear. Probably the more PC way to say that. As Shazam with the op here on the armored vehicle in the A site. Won't have to, of course, fight against any ops. His biggest threat right now is one tap from the AK, the Deagle at that range. And Mousesports with just under 50 seconds now, still geared up for an A hit. They've only got 2 smokes left, 3 flashes and 2 Molotovs. All of that just on 2 people, Chris J and Nex.
I wonder if, you know, well, here you know, they know that it's last round of the half, and that maybe if this was earlier in the half, Mouse would be saving at this moment. So that fact allows them to play.
Oh, okay, it doesn't. No. I thought it was going to hit the little vent on top of that roof, but no, that was the semi-truck smoke. It won't matter. Nafly still getting a kill from around that position, just peeks wide off the truck. Dennis has pushed up long. He's the one man with the AK. A lot on the round for Dennis, and he is only able to get the 1 kill moving in. Daps cuts him down. There's Christian continuing to push forward with the Tech 9, but limited to the 1 frag. Next planting the bomb, but he's all alone with just a Deagle. Rush will take it. Conquest 10 rounds here in the first half.
Solid half for sure. They really, in the early rounds there, when Mousesports were able to get 4 in a row, it seemed like it was going to be very, very tough for Conquest to find a way to string together a 10-5 half. I mean, ultimately they had to win every single round apart from 1. Some of these rounds coming down to the wire, like clock running out on 2 of them. 4 rounds were diffused retakes, which were very nice, and most of the time they did a great job hitting shots. And I think if we look at the scoreboard here, Stanislaw again top fragging next, up to 14 kills, which is maybe a little bit harder to do on T side, so there's merit in that. 104 ADR for him, 109 for Stanislaw. Looking back at the performances we saw yesterday, Stanislaw is meeting his own expectations, I'm sure. Yeah,
definitely. He was a little lackluster on Inferno, but starting on the T side can do that to people, that's for sure. But he's back on top. Kill distribution pretty close here on Conquest, the lowest being 9, and of course the highest being 15. Looking at Mousesports, though, Nex at 14 kills. You expect Nex or Nico to be up there. Dennis is pretty high. But Gob B, he had such a match on Inferno. Only 2 kills here.
Yeah.
On the T side of Overpass.
And again, the thing is that if Conquest have done their research, and I can only assume they have, Mousesports have these very exploitable weaknesses on the CT side. I think part of it is being a weakness and being too predictable. At the same time, they've got such strong players to do it. And throwing that smoke that Golb always throws outside bathrooms, I always thought was a fault of their setup.
Yeah.
Because he's just always there. You can literally line it up and spam him and have like at least a 30-40% chance in terms of the angles to do some damage or even kill him.
Yeah, so if the research has been done, if they know where these players are just going to be standing and planted, then someone like Stanislaw, and we've seen Russian Nafly also very quick to aim to hit those headshots, can maybe just exploit that. But then again, it's Nico, right? How many times do we see Nico just holding an angle in CSGO, holding an angle,
you see someone
and he
waiting
almost
for
never loses that exchange.
Yeah, you see someone clearing that angle with precision, knowing that he's going to be there, and he still gets the frag. So that is maybe going to be one of the more difficult problems for them. And again, all ECT side advantages, Mousesports are going to be happy to play this half, though. Again, we see plenty of teams go positive on the T half, and you believe that the other team can do the exact same thing to them.
Exactly.
That being said, Conquest got 10 CT rounds. Got to be ecstatic about this. And wow, look at that. Got KDR leaders.
We were just trying to get rumors going on. Get right to Team Liquid, apparently.
That's what it said.
The cloning, the technology, it's been discovered. 5 get rights to Team Liquid. There's Rush, though. He's going to bring down Chris J. Dennis gets one. Rush with another, getting both entries onto the ace site right now. And this could be massive to get the pistol. The Conquest had such great success rate on their pistols, getting 5 of 6. The one they did lose yesterday, they won the force buy in the next, which is like even better. But on the retake, no kits here for Mousesports, so they've got to go fast. Shazam! Oh, the whiffs! Nico punishing him for that. 3-on-3. Here's Rush again with a quad kill. He gets the ace on the pistol round. Clock ace for Rush.
Wow, and I was about to praise him for just his 2 entries. Those were sick. That allowed me to get the bomb down. There it is, the ace.
The ace of spades.
That's a huge rush for him. I mean, yeah.
That's a huge rush
He's
for
got to
ace.
be on a high right now, and that was a really, really nice ace.
All right, so 11 to 5, and it's one thing to lose a pistol round if you're Mousesports at that point, but to have the ace come out, I mean, that can mess with your mentality a little bit.
Absolutely.
Mousesports will just put a little bit of armor in here. Nico and Dennis go for that. The upgraded pistols come out. Zap's just going and charging with the P90. He gets one. Naft and Shazam helping out, so now just Chris J and Gob B. Even with the upgraded pistols, they don't want to have to spend any extra money in the next round. This is going to be quite a battle here on the second map overpass.
For sure. These guys are fired up at this point, and you can quickly lose sight of your half when you just have to think about losing a pistol round, getting dominated, getting cleaned up, and on the follow-ups. And I think last round, how many men did we lose? It was just 2, though. That was a pistol. It won't matter too much. I think they all upgraded armor, so almost no difference. To Conquest having 5 here, 2 AKs. I mean, they can hang on to these guns. Mousesports, they're going to know, didn't have armor based on how many times they had to hit him to kill him. 2 of them did?
Yeah, Nico and Dennis had it.
And yeah, there is definitely a good reason to be excited if you're a Conquest fan. They have a strong lead right now, and they move into the T half. I think if we see them play with just that aggressive confidence, that they will have definitely a lot of solid rounds. But still, we haven't seen a rifle out from Mouse, and we have seen them come back. We have seen them come back from this. They've done it to many, many better teams.
Well, this round will be tough. Mousesports, again, still contending with the P90 here on DAP. Stan with the UMP. And Stan with the UMP, he was actually really standout in that Cobble match last night with that gun. Here's Chris J. He's trying to stand out to them, finds 1 kill. And closer than maybe it should be. 2 versus 2. Gabi with the Deagle landing some shots, but Stan turning with that ump. Brings it down $600, and it's 13 to 5. The first rifle round coming out in round 19.
Yeah. A little bit of trying to get that round over with quickly, but Mousesports doing significant damage, and taking 3 players down means that this round, they're going to 3 more rounds. We have the chat. The chat is going on.
What is a crowd? I don't even know.
The live
Only chat. It's weird being able to hear chat.
Weird being able to see chat.
Yeah. So the hop on Chris J.
Stan, always getting this UMP Stan.
I mean, it does have the highest armor pen value of the submachine guns, but Mousesports with a very strong defense right now. Flawless round for them, building the economy right there. They've already earned them 1 loss, and now the Mousesports side of the crowd, some of them standing and about everybody clapping.
Yeah, that was an absolutely monstrous hold. Honestly, that is actually so bad for Conquest, because they decided, let's hit them with this fast beat. They won't expect it. We'll do the exact same thing we did last round, and now, what's their plan? Are they going to go all slow, or are they going to try to do the exact same thing again? Well, Mouse just shut them down completely. So can Mousesports fully expect to not only hold, but play expecting, a default? And so I think the psychological game, Mouse have an edge going into this round. And that was very clean. They didn't lose a single man?
Nope, not at all.
Not a single man. Wow. Going to be terrified of B at this moment.
Yeah, so Stan lurking a little bit in the upper tunnels. Out towards Fountain now, going down the ladder. So he's in the connector, and that's going to set him up in a position to maybe split on to the B side. Nico playing outside of Monster. Dennis will be his partner in crime at the B site. Well, I guess they're the CT's partner in Justice.
Oh, Nico goes down. That's a huge frag. And a second
Shazam
one on B.
hits the entry on the Dennis. Here's next rotating from Graffiti. He goes down without a kill. Shazam with 2 on entry. And Chris J and Gob B just retiring out here to long.
Wow. So,
but no, they're not. Look at Stanislaw trying to ruin their day. Chris J getting 1 shot. And now they know where they're trying to save. Conquest.
How did they just come up with those
Conquest
entries?
are rolling out of B trying to find these frags. Russian Shazam moving through T-spawn.
You almost never expect to see Nico get killed by a nade behind a smoke, like holding a site. One of the rarest sites you'll see, I'm sure. I mean, he's going to be a player that if you run into him, you know, he will be a turn and mow you down. But I guess that's one way to neutralize him. And I think they knew what Saudi was playing. I don't know if they double needed it or not, but just so surprised to see that happen. And turning that entry. I think from NAF into 2 from Shazam and a round on the board. That's 14-6. I mean, we're getting close. Stanislav wanted to drop those 2 guns. That would have been huge, the fact that they were able to save them moving into this round, because it looks like Mouse are just going to play to win, knowing that they have a map on their back.
And this is when it can be difficult when you're trying to close the map out on the CT side and the Terrorists have the lead. They get up to 14. That really shapes your buying behavior. Like you only have 6 rounds. At that point, you've got to be having that buy to win mentality instead of, you know, save to tie. Like Conquest get 15 and then just be confident in your rifles. But here they did have enough money to put together a full buy in round 21. So pretty fortunate for Mousesports.
Fantastic fight here from both teams. Mousesports had one insanely clean round. I mean, not losing a member, not allowing the bomb to go down.
And right away in the next round.
Exactly, right to follow up. So,
oh, Shazam getting the entry, really stepping up for his team right now. Nico trying to hold on. He's very blind. So is Shazam. Shazam just creeping forward. He gets another frag. He's still up. Rush has gone down. Next pulls out the sidearm, finds the headshot. Just with the USP right now. 1 bullet, no time to reload. He's only got 8 in the USP, and he'll drop to the pit. It's a 3 versus 3. He's got bullets. Chris J from up top, hitting the shot at the window. Stan is all going to try to plant in the front of A, but they still have to, nope, no one actually got up there in time. Chris J's walking his way over, Stan to plant, and holding in the bathrooms already as Nafly Stan. Where's he going to go? Is he going to push it and be a bit more aggressive, getting into the corner here on truck?
Oh, was he
Has
spotted?
Been spotted. They know he's there. Chris J not going to miss that shot. Super easy. Stan's got it out. Nafly 1 versus 3 right now. Can only get his first frag. So Mousesports taking that round, getting up to 7.
Yeah, very close. Somehow Mouse were able to come back after getting entry'd really cleanly, like the headshot going down for free, no damage taken from Sam. Him getting a 2nd kill as well in the site. Conquest managed to come back. We had Chris J get an off shot from upper through a dissipating smoke. Stanislaw can never tell if he's happy or sad. Can never tell. Just always concentrated, always confident, and don't want to forget that they still have another 2 rounds to win, and it won't be any small feat if they do it. Taking a map off Mousesports in a tournament where they haven't lost a map.
Yeah, they have not lost a map.
And in such a convincing fashion, I think, is pretty amazing.
Yeah, Mousesports did have to dig pretty deep to make a comeback against, I think it was Luminosity on Dust 2. Luminosity was up 10-2, and Mousesports ended up winning it, I think, 16...
Like 16-11 or I don't know if it was that close. Yeah.
No, it was 11-4 half, and they won 16-12, yep. Only 1 round to Luminosity when they flipped sides, so haven't lost a map at this tournament. Conquest can change that here, and maybe just 2 more rounds.
That was Navi, right?
Oh, they came back in the first half of the first map.
Oh, they're just the
Navi,
comeback kids.
And then they crushed Navi on Overpass, made the comeback against Luminosity, and I think also just bested them in the second map there. But here we are, about a minute off the clock right now. 45 seconds, and everyone is still alive.
We've seen Mousesports posture just like this, and I mean, their slow work towards B once they got long and cat control seemed to work out a lot better than obviously just hitting it face first, and now they're throwing the flashes into the site. Mousesports players obviously nervous, but we have 4 players here, or actually 3. All in the pit.
Yeah, it's going to be a brawl right now. Next with the first headshot, Santa quick on the trade out. Rush with 1-2, so the man advantage going big time in favor of Conquest. Shazam with another. Chris J, 1 versus 4 with Justin Obb. Conquest got to defend a 4-on-1 post plant for match point. Not too bad of a situation for them to be in.
Just a sick B take they have once they throw those flashes over. They have Stan entrying. Shazam is also getting a lot of these entries on the B side, and then everyone just trading out so well.
Can we get a crowd shot right now? Crowd shot, please.
Just
Keep doing it, crowd.
Save. The lactic acid is building up in their arms.
There it is. There it is. Putting the voodoo on.
I don't even know what this means, but
someone's about to take a field. I think someone's about to take a field goal. I'm not really sure.
A lot of reason to be hype. I mean, match point. Mousesports haven't been in this much danger this entire tournament run. I mean, they're just out of groups. They're in semis, but so are Conquest. Conquest have had a hard road to get here, have earned their place. And Mousesports on this force-up, last time Conquest were going up against Mousesports on a force-up, they took it quickly. They hit B hard and they traded out. Ended up being, 2 players from Conquest alive. This round, you can only hope they stick together. They don't want to be split up too much. Mousesports very good on force-ups.
Yeah, the Eagles have done so much for Mousesports at this tournament. Just their force-ups in general, as you say. Conquest doing very, very well on Shazam. I mean, he's been finding so many entries here to get them to this point in the T half with his AK, but now he does go back to that op, so we'll see what Shazam can do with that.
Yeah, I think it's been super.
Oh, Chris J.
What a shot.
Oh, Chris J with 2, and he finds the third. 1 bullet left, but no terrorists left here at Long A. And looking for those weapons. He's got the AK right now. Chris J with a dig. Spray down. Chris J very blind from his own flash, I think, there. Now, we saw it was Nex with his 3-1 digs against Na'Vi. This time, Chris J here against Conquest. Taps in party 1 versus 5. What a ridiculous round from Mousesports.
From Mouse J.
Mouse J, yeah, pretty much.
That was such a clean 1D. Such a tough angle, too. Up close, pretty much flat angle, and then turning that into a second one and obviously a third. A 4th in total. He actually had a 4K on that round. Mousesports at a 7-round deficit now, but always fighting for match point. Going to favor Conquest through and throughout. CT, if Conquest were on CT side, that might be a different story, but look at this, 4 AKs up after that eco. Crazy. We've got a total of 8 AKs on the field. No, I think it was ironic about Shazam in this map specifically. He had so much more impact with an AK than he had with an op.
Certainly not something that you would have expected going into this, and there it is. Goes to the AK, finds the opening there on Dennison. Yeah, there's a small area to smoke, and somehow there's a gap left. I think that might have been the smoke they threw from CT, so maybe just a little bit off when they let it fly. And there's Nex, sprays down 1. Nafly just strafing out with the Tech 9, doesn't even stop running, keeps on clicking, gets the frag. 4 versus 3 into the post plant. Nico still here in the pit at B, but goes down. Rush with 2. Now just Chris J playing against match point. 1 versus 4, going for the retake. He's got no kit, but he's still got to try for it. Misses that first op shot. And Rush takes him down. Rush finishing that one with the 3K. Your map 2 winner is going to be Conquest. We're going to a 3rd.
Good game and well played. That was pretty awesome. Rush was joking yesterday about how, we saw him clutch like 5 to 7 rounds or something like that on train, and that he was the entry fragger of the team. Yeah, he was always last alive and clutching those rounds, and there he was in his expected role, entry fragging and turning that entry into a 3K. Those long B hits, or those split Bs after getting short control, were so strong from Conquest. I wonder who that wouldn't have worked against. I'm not even sure what Mousesports could have done differently if they should have traded up close. I mean, versus those B hits when it was Mousesports doing it to them, them playing along that long B wall, long monster, or up by the pillar, ended up working better. Instead, Mousesports kind of tried to play retake on B from the pit. A lot of favorable angles from there, but I think it was just Conquest hitting shots.
It certainly was, and it was surprising. We already kind of mentioned it a little bit. The fact that it was Shazam, like, he's my T-side player. Later on in the rifle rounds, obviously Rush starts him off strong with the Glock Ace, but for Shazam to be always finding these entries with the AK, 2K, 3K entries onto these sites, it was madness. We're going to go down to the desk now, see what they think about. So Scoots, Thorne, and Richard, take it away.
Thank you, gentlemen. So again, they've both traded their map picks, and the other team has won them. Obviously not called here at the desk, but crazy stuff.
I mean, you couldn't anticipate that. I mean, they lost their own map, which is Inferno. Now they've won Overpass, which was the pick for... Did my mic just go off?
I hear you still.
A little bit closer.
Then now they've won Overpass, which is obviously the Mousesports pick. I haven't been this surprised by North American results since their netcode guides played against iBuyPower. It's kind of a big upset.
Huge upset. I remember reading about that.
I know, yeah.
Very controversial.
But that's kind of a throwaway issue at this point. Now, the thing on this map was they actually were getting it going reasonably early on. I mean, it's not as though this was a back and forth game. It wasn't really. It was Mouse who were trying to get back into the equation, and Gobby, who had that good performance on the first map, was non-existent on this one. He was MIA.
Yeah.
Finally, Nico next has a good map. Great. Oh, that's right. Nico doesn't show up. So really kind of confusing on the Mousesports side of things. A lot of force-ups over on the Conquest side. I mean, there's rounds where they were buying, like for example, Shazam just straight up bought off on the third round against Tech9. So they were willing to play a very gambly, risky style of game, but it was working for them. So when it does work out, you can't criticize too much. I think overall, a surprising but impressive win by Conquest.
Yeah, I mean, and again, perhaps it's just one of those things. I mean, we thought normal service had been resumed. You know, we started to get a handle on the tournament, and Conquest have thrown in the curveball again. I had no sort of measure of how good they were going to be on Overpass, and I don't even think it's one of those things we can say, oh, well, Mousesports, you know, they didn't play particularly well. Actually, they were really never in the game. Like, it was just Conquest had such a dominant performance. It was all predicated on Shazam, actually. Really effective AWPing, you know, some nice clutch rounds. And they even matched them on the pistols again, which is, you know, such a hard thing to do, as we highlighted in the pre-show. So the Conquest fairy story just keeps going and going.
I think at this point, you can't even just call it an upset. Because an upset normally is you come in, you do like CLG's done in the past, you win one map. You do like the Luminosity guys used to, you get one big win on one map. It's not really that much of an upset when you're winning maps left and right off these top teams, and you're playing these teams close non-stop throughout the tournament. Whether it lasts beyond these couple of days, I don't really know if we can say that. But these couple of days have been magical for Conquest.
Yeah, and we talked about pistols again. Last map we highlighted Chris Jace as our BenQ player of the match. And now this player of the map for BenQ is going to be Rush's ace. Again, 16th round, well, second pistol.
What else can it be? I mean,
best band ever.
We talked about Rush in the pre-show, about how he was someone that has a cool head, that he's actually quite a smart player. Well, this showed the other part of his game, like really aggressive, you know, not a lot of thinking involved. He's just getting headshots left, right, and center. So he's already dropped 2 at this point. Yes, the camera's concentrating on Naf at the moment. Obviously, it's going to move over to Rush in a second when it happens. You can see, so Mousesports here are coming back for this retake. Things are looking pretty good for the CTs at this point. Shazam whiffs a little bit, gets absolutely wrecked. I mean, that was bad by Shazam. Now Rush just goes into overdrive. 1 headshot, 2 headshot, and then just gets that final kill there for the pistol ace. Amazing positioning, amazing crosshair placement, and again, really intelligent and aggressive play combined. So Rush had a very good series as well.
Yeah, and that's exactly when Mousesports needs to crawl back in and start their fight back from a 5-10 down, and you know, Rush says, nope, not right now. So again, well played by them. Again, an upset, if you will, in the sense of map choices. But again, they're going to take another top-level team to the 3rd map.
And they just will not go to bed. They will not go to bed, and that's what I've been saying throughout. You know,
I mean, I'd have a hard time going to bed if I was Shazam as well. Yeah, some of the things he's done and said, you know, hard to get a good night's sleep. You know, I bet he sleeps like a baby.
I thought you meant it's just hard to go to bed with someone else. That was where you're going with it.
No one's going to bed with him, mate.
So there you go, the double whammy. But no, look, Shazam's had an amazing tournament. They've all really played individually well, and obviously Dabs might not be troubling the scoreboard, but he must be doing something right if he's an in-game leader.
Troubling me on the scoreboard, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, real amazing play from Conquest, and I just wonder if it's going to get in Mousesports' heads a little bit now, you know, because you saw them, they were all smiles and grins, even at 10-5 down. Pistol Ace just absolutely wrecked them self-confidence, and they didn't seem to have the same sort of drive and fortitude that Conquest have shown time and time again. So Cash, decider, wide open.
Yep, and we're going to talk about that after the break. Quick little commercial break. Players get themselves reorganized, go to the bathroom, have a smoke break. We're going to do the same. We'll come back. We'll talk about Cash. Someone's winning it. Someone's going to play Virtus Pro next.